I'm very conflicted about this video. So this week I got to try out the Nikola Plus, which is the Nikola 100 volt wheel. You'd be surprised at how hard it is to get someone to let you borrow their wheel. I begged and pleaded in the chats and forums for a few weeks, and nobody wanted to lend me their wheel, except one guy was kind enough to lend it to me. So I got 48 hours of this wheel to sort of see how it rides. Now this isn't a proper review of this, it's sort of just my initial impressions and thoughts on what it's like from sort of like a guy who rides Kingsong way too much, riding a Gotway for the first time in a long time. And I think I have to leave Kingsong.
Coming alive. Now is the time. Don't try to hide, 'cause I'm gonna harm you like an animal.
I'm gonna lose my mind, not make it out.
You hear from Mickey?
Time. I'm choking on every breath. They tell you that life's not fair. Well, it's not heaven I'm looking for, but I can't take this mess no more. If the water keeps rising high, I won't make it out alive. In over my head, in over my head. Been locked up, knocked down, pushed around, scared as hell. I might be till I'm dead. In over my head, in over my head. I can't breathe, can't see. I'm never gonna leave it. This hell that I'm living in over my head.
All right, now I have the right address, so I'm sure I'll run into this guy any second now with a giant unicycle.
All the idiots that was standing in front door, then you want me to apologize? Get the out of here. Bro. You are lucky. I'm lucky what? I'm lucky what? You are so lucky. All right. God has something on the side. Okay, I'll see you later. Go. What's up? Oh my God. How you doing? We gotta go to my car. Another day in the city.
So I have sort of this giant list that I look at when I'm evaluating a wheel and whether or not I might want to purchase it in the future. And it might be a helpful list to you. So I'm just going to sort of rattle through these and just let you know how I felt the Nikola Plus landed on each of these things. It's really in no specific order, but the first one is, how does it ride? My initial thought was, man, this thing is very boaty. It doesn't quite feel like a steamroller like an 18-inch wheel might, but it just feels like you're driving an old Cadillac in some ways. I think because of my experience riding a 16X, I had a really great time maneuvering this wheel. It whips around pretty good. I mean, it's a 16-inch diameter, so you sort of would expect that it would be, you know, really maneuverable. But once again, being that it has a 3-inch wide tire, it gives it a bit more stability and is not as squirrely as like other 16-inch wheels we've seen in the past, like the Tesla or the 16S from Kingsong. It really maneuvers nicely. I feel like in the city, you would really enjoy whipping around in traffic with this little wheel. What's the acceleration like? I think if you can grip the wheel with your legs and push forward like under 30, I think the acceleration is really good. I think it's much faster off the line than an 18-inch wheel. It's not the fastest accelerating wheel on the planet. Like, it's what you expect for a 16-inch wheel. And to me, that's a huge pro. Having all that torque makes this wheel very enjoyable. It's a fast wheel. And I think the first question everyone wants to know right now is, okay, but is it stable at those fast speeds? I would say around 30, heck yes, it's very stable. It's never gonna be as stable as an 18-inch wheel in the sense that, like, if you hit a massive pothole because of the smaller diameter, it's easier to sort of get stuck in, it takes more power to get out of. But generally speaking, just like on a flat surface, it doesn't feel squirrely like the Tesla does. Now at super high speeds, like closer to 40, like pushing that, I have no idea. I couldn't get it to go that fast, but I think you might be surprised just how comfortable it feels at those high speeds. I've gone very fast on a Tesla before, and it feels sketchy as all get out. This wheel does not feel like that. So for the range, I was sort of getting what I think is about 60 miles per charge. As you know, it's a Gotway, so you're not really getting speed throttle till you're down super low, like 25, 30%. So it feels like a good 40 to 50 miles. The wheel still feels like it's in peak condition. Obviously, I'm not gonna push the wheel when I'm below like 40% battery, but it's got pretty good range.
So I've been riding for about 2 hours now, and the adrenaline's kind of getting to me a little bit. I think I need some protein in me. So I decided to stop here at the Madison Square Park Shake Shack. I guess it's the original. It's kind of my Achilles heel. Burgers, but especially Shake Shack burgers. So I'm gonna eat some and then we'll talk some more about this Nikola.
Are you looking for nachos?
What are you having today, sir?
I like this little service out here. It's like Chick-fil-A. I'm just gonna get the double shack burger. One thing, the handle, the scorpion style handle, it's up in the air. Some people love it, some people don't love it. It's definitely annoying to me, for sure. Like I was trying to hold the camera and get my meal and trolley the thing around, and the fact that it doesn't, maybe Chris's is just loose, but the fact that it doesn't completely like hard lock up in was annoying me. It was like, amongst other things. But anyways, so far the handle, as I thought, is kind of an annoyance compared to like a Kingsong handle. Especially you got to reach back towards the back to lift it up, whereas like, you know, with a Kingsong handle you just straight in the middle. But again, this is not something I was like in shock about. But yeah, I'm gonna eat some food and we'll talk a little bit more. So good, but so bad for you.
The pedal angles on this, they're not as aggressive as the MSX, but they're just tilted enough to make you feel secure. I would say that the pedal size as well is a decent size. They're not the biggest pedals on the block, but they're big enough to make your feet feel comfortable for a long period of time.
This just feels like a boat. It feels giant, it feels like a monstrous item. I mean, when you're standing next to it or holding it, it just feels, I mean, the memes are true. It looks a lot like a giant Roomba. But I think when you learn to ride it and you get comfortable on it, the amazing torque and speed make up for all that. Alright, I figured the best place to let this guy unleash is in Cutout Tunnel. Am I right?
So if you're not a speed demon, you're not somebody who feels you need something above 30 miles an hour, I don't think this is the wheel for you. I think there's better options out there for more maneuverable 16-inch wheels that you might enjoy a lot better if you don't need extreme high speeds. I will say, on the other hand, if you are a speed demon and you just want, you know, the cutting edge of top speed on electric unicycles, this also is not the wheel for you. I think there are more stable wheels, probably like an MSX, that you should look into if you want top speed and utter stability. Just by the nature of this being a 16-inch tire, you are going to be less on the totem pole of stability than, say, an 18-inch tire. So where does that sort of sit this then? If you're flirting with the top speed scenario, this is definitely for you, especially if you're looking for a nimble wheel that you can use around the city. Look, when I break it down, the Nikola and the Nikola 100 volt, they lose in every way to the Kingsong 16X except for speed. Even though I think it fails on with design, I think it fails on sort of the boaty maneuverability issue with the handle. I think the speed and power of it all outweighs it. All right, so those are my thoughts. Thanks again for watching, and if you liked the video, hit that like button. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down button, and tell me what you didn't like about the video in the comments below. But if you are liking what I'm doing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will alert you to when I upload new videos each week. So from this letdown Kingsong fan, who's probably a giant new Gotway fan, thanks for watching and keep riding.